Oh, I ordered pizza. I was looking oh so forward to it, and then they just drowned it in sauce. Here's the thing. I actually don't like pizza sauce. But I really like pizza. It's kind of a problem. I don't know, maybe I don't like pizza because I don't like pizza sauce. Maybe I just like bread with cheese and veggies on it. Which would, I guess, technically just be something else entirely, right? Hi, we're back doing Zelda, and we're gonna go finish the Thunder Plains section of the map. Oh, the shield gonna break. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Where am I actually going? Oh, we're going to be doing, getting all the quark seeds in this ravine. Gonna get that out of the way, because why the heck not? I think there's one, like, right here. Oh, yeah, obvious one is obvious. Well, I don't even know what this thing... Oh, that's where one of the windmills is, huh? One that starts over here. And then one up, tucked into here. Oh, I see. What? Oh god. Oh my gosh, Nintendo, make a freaking skateboarding game with these physics. Cause watching Link ragdoll like that is unbelievable. Oh man, the new shooting gallery in the new RE4 remake. Oof. I'm going to spend a lot of time in there. I really need to play more of the original though. I actually like want to do another playthrough on professional. I feel like normal mode kind of like prepared me for a professional run, which is different. I almost never feel like I almost never feel like sorry, I'm multitasking. I almost never feel like the normal mode in games actually prepares me to do a hard mode. But then again, I also dislike hard modes, like the ways that games make their games harder. They always feel like they immediately go for the most artificial type of difficulty spikes, which usually just means, oh, the enemies have 150% more health, and they have 200% more damage, and they dox you, and they're gonna freaking swat you as well while you're playing the game on a timer, and it's like, okay, well, I just don't want to play that at that point, right? Like, I just don't know what the benefit here for me would be. But I appreciate games. I think Supergiant actually does difficulty very well. Because Supergiant, all of their games, at least the combat-focused ones, I can't speak for the one that I haven't played, which is the one where you play like a sport. of sorts. It's like a sports game, turn-based sports game of sorts. I need to play that one because I've heard it's actually really, really good. I kind of slept on it because I was like, this isn't Bastion and Transistor. If I don't fight things in my video game, then what am I doing? But okay, there we go. Yeah, I feel like they do difficulty very well because they they allow you to modify the difficulty of their games, and then they reward you for doing so. They give you benefits for making things harder for yourself, whether it's like a currency or you getting more abilities of some sort, like the heat system in Hades. I actually ended up turning some of those on, like ones that I felt like I could easily manage on top of how things normally are in the game. Which is cool. Oh, it looked like it was about to start raining. I was going to be very, very, very distraught. Okay, kind of finagled that one a little bit. Oh, yep. If you got it, use it. Although part of me also wants to get a different version of RE that has Ada's like full side game story in it. Because I just can't believe that I got the one version that doesn't. Like I just think that's kind of crazy. I could just get the Steam version. But I also actually want to sit down and play RE2. I don't really have money to spend. I kind of want to play it on my nice TV though. I feel like I've hardly sat down and I played the new God of War. What? Oh. Okay, no, that's good. Okay. I played the new God of War on my I have like an OLED TV. I played the new God of War on that fully, and that was great. But I mean, I haven't actually gotten to get the combo experience of my TV with my soundbar. Finally got to watch the movies with some friends. That sort of one in particular, a movie called Burbian Sound Studio, which is definitely I think it was good. Definitely worth a watch. It's a surrealist thriller / horror movie. So, you know, if surrealism, you should, if you know anything about horror movies, a surrealist horror is going to mean like you will probably not understand what just happened. Or how much is actually happening and how much isn't actually happening is going to be entirely up to interpretation. But I mean, it was very good. I found it very good. If nothing else, I think it's worth a watch. Just from a the insight it gives on. It focuses around a sound studio, obviously, and specifically a Foley artist. And so a lot of the movie is focusing around him making sounds for a horror movie, and it's actually super interesting. I think if you have any interest in the actual art of filmmaking at all, it's interesting just from that perspective. I can't remember, me and my friend made some joke about Link going up, like using that ascend ability, and we just kept, she said drip up. And we were talking about what if Zelda dies, and then Link's just like, Zelda die, I drip up, and then he just flies up into the air. Gosh, I don't know. It's so dumb. Just the idea of calling it, of saying I'm gonna drip up, is so funny to me. Mainly because I'm like a ghoul of a person who is easily amused. But hey, whatever. Whatever floats your boat, you know. Whatever cheddars your cheese. Looks like there's gonna be, oh, yep, something right here. Something up here-ish. Got one that starts here. Oh, and then, okay. Then a very obvious one. And that's it for the ravine already. But yeah, otherwise it was a good movie. It was kind of, aspects of it were kind of sad. So it wasn't, it felt tense and unnerving. But not, I would not call it scary, per se. Oh, that's different. I've never had to do one like this. Actually has to be lopsided. Oh. Too much momentum. Oh, it fit in. I mean, it kind of makes it easier when it just sort of figures itself out. Oops, hit the mic. Well, that's not going to sound great. Ah! Oh. I kill you, Korok. I have to do it. Ouch. He just says, oof. I'm sorry, Mr. Korok. I don't know why I did it. Will this actually make it faster than just running across? You know what? Probably gonna be hopping around a bit now, I think. So I will see you in a moment. Wait a minute. No, I won't. There's a thing over here. Boom bam. Modo. Holy moly, a Hylian? Here? Must be tough as iron to survive the trip out this way. Getting here must mean you have stones to strut your stuff around in. Or in a round of boom bam golf. Well, are you in? I'm in. I don't even care. You don't even need to tell me. Say no more. It's time to tee off. Boom bam golf is go. Or at least once I get 20 rupees for Green's fee. Brown's fee? Yeah. Pony up. Pony up. That's great. Rock on. I'll start setting up. I'm assuming it's just golf, right? Yep. I feel like I'm gonna lose whatever weapon I drop for this. Oh. Easy. Eat. Boom bam golf. Boom bam golf. Okay. I'm gonna assume this thing is pretty heavy. It actually gives you some golf shots. Oh, and they're playing the music too. This is amazing. This is called the Tanago Canyon Course. Is this guy around in other places doing this? Oh, we can cut through. What's the power on this course though? Oh, that was a perfect shot. Putting seems kind of freaking impossible, though. My eyes. I'm gonna say 4 hits. I think the stick could probably stop this too, right? This reminds me, when my friend, one of my friends was up visiting, and we played a bunch of freaking Mario Golf on the GameCube. We were losing our minds trying to unlock more courses. Oh, 5 hits probably would have done it then, huh? Because then it probably would have rolled in the rest of the way. Is this a power 3 or power 4? Maybe I should have asked him how exactly this works. Oh! 5 hits. Dang. Nice shot. Way to take a whack at it. Give me a second to figure out your score. Should be pretty easy to tally up. Your score was 5. You're getting to be a real heavyweight, kid. Don't go thinking you got it all figured out now. Keep at it, set the highest record ever. In Boom Bam Golf. It's time. I love it says pony up. The way that the writing is so good sometimes. In the smallest ways, right? How far can I launch it if I just try to like really go for it? What's its weight like? Oof. Holy moly, you went off course, kid. That's 1 penalty stroke. Gotta pick up where you left off before. Dang, okay, let me restart then. I give up. Ah, that ain't no fun. The course is always open, though. You're welcome anytime. I'm sorry, man. Oh, he's still sad about it. I'm in. So I definitely could have gotten a power 4. My golf terminology is completely off, by the way. It's not, you wouldn't get a par 4. It would be a par 4, and you would either get like a birdie or an eagle or what's it called when you just get it exactly what it should be? Bogey? Double bogey? Okay, that was a 1. That was a clean hit. This thing's pretty heavy, so it's not gonna it's not gonna go flying, like honestly, like some of the boulders do. I could get 3 strokes, I think. I feel like you get 3 strokes minimum. Oh, in order to fuel this leg of the adventure, I have Cherry Pepsi. Cherry Pepsi is good. I should just wail on this thing as much as I can, right? Oh, too much. Okay, well, I'll be able to shave 1 off. You could totally get this in 3, huh? A shame. too much. I'm gonna get 5 again. Oh, my life is in shambles. I'm just a kid. My life is a nightmare. Okay, I'm gonna keep trying to shave off and see how well exactly we can do. I'll see you after I'm done. I need some golf music is what I need. Ba-da-bum-bum-bum-bum-bum. I haven't been able to get it. I'm always a little bit off. I'm sure you probably get like 100 rupees, like a silver rupee, if you manage to get it. But I broke my master sword. I broke all of the sledgehammers he had. I'm not gonna blast my weapons playing golf. I'm tapped out, my dude. What a shame. But at least now you've got the majesty of Boom Bam Golf for yourself, haven't you? I'll be here fiddling with the course. Well, alright, man. Good luck to you. Stay safe. It's a scary, scary world out there. Oh, wrong way. I've completely forgotten what I was here doing. Back to the main event. Right, I was going to that. Okay. I am going to continue on, and I will see you at the next Korok Seed. Oh, here's one. I had to climb up all this. Jeez, fell off once. We could bash my head into some rocks, but, you know. A little brain damage never hurt nobody. On to the next. Oh, there's a teleportation thing over here. I'll take that. Okay, what do we got? Oh. Should I have used Revile's Gale? Oh, that thing's ticking down slowly. I can do this. We can do this. Come on, man. There we go. Okay, where's the next one now? Okay, we got one of these. Oh, there's a rock. Coming at it from a high vantage point helps a lot, that's for sure. Oh no. Ugh. Oh. Right, I don't know what I was expecting to happen. She a spot. You can see my clear swing marks through here, that's funny. Go right here. And then with that, that's all of the Korok seeds for... Oh, wait. Oh, I didn't mark this one off. Yep, nope, that's everything. Well, that's everything for the ridge over here, though. Now for some odds and ends. We've got One over here that we didn't get? Really? Okay, got that one. Got a random one. Over here? While I'm wandering around collecting these Corksies, because they're a little bit more spread out. I'm listening to sPlay talk about Moist Critical's new, he did another speedrunning challenge. But the games, he keeps picking the crustiest, most cursed games ever. Hey, with $10,000 though, I'd dedicate a week or two to speedrunning. Why the heck not? Alright, see you in a moment. Oh, one of these? Are they all hidden though? Where's the one? Oh. 2. 3. 4. 5. There we go. Where is this one? Oh, this one's so far out of the way. Yeah, look, all the other ones are literally all around here. Jeez, okay, well, huh. Here we go. Just a rock on a ledge. If you see a rock, pick it up, alright? That's just all there is to it. Don't know what else to tell you. Yeah, what? Which one am I supposed to be facing? I don't... I'm so confused. Am I blind? Is the simulation breaking around me? Is all this fake? Was I never real? Was there really no Breath of the Wild ever? I don't... Hold on. All I hear is this thing. Oh, it's rainbow. That's cool. I'm genuinely confused. Oh, there's a chest over there. I guess I'll pick that up, but I need to get this Korok seed. Okay, let me look at the interactive map and see what node it has for this one. Stand on the patch of grass near the pinwheel. Oh. I was too close to it? Really? That was too... Alright. You say so. Oh. Oh. Okay. Alright. Oh. Okay. Alright. There we go. Wow. I mean, I feel pretty dumb. You know, I do feel pretty dense. But that was a little strange, no? Like, I don't know, I feel like I was close enough. Oh, I was looking up, today I was looking into, a better setup, because I don't think I probably have mentioned this, but I have 2 radio slider, turtles. And, I mean, right now, and for most of their lives, we've just upgraded, like, the little tubs that they've been in. Well, we had, like, these small glass tanks, but then they got very big. They just kept getting bigger because we kept moving to larger things, which means they just keep getting bigger and bigger. We've been using these large plastic tubs that I just clean out and replace the water in pretty much daily. But obviously, you know, it's like ideally they would have, like, a lot deeper water to swim in. During this, I've started to put them, I get these like, each one of them, like, these large pools to sort of sit in so they can spend time outside and stuff in the summer and whatnot. And that's cool and great and dandy as well, but there's a lot, you know, there's like a lot more that, I could be doing, and I feel bad that I haven't been for all these years, but, you know, things can be pretty expensive. They're pets that I've had since I was like 5, so I've always just sort of taken care of them the way that we have taken care of them in the past. You know, I'm not giving myself excuses, I'm just saying, explaining why things have sort of stuck the way they've been for a while. Where's this cork though? But I've looked into it, and in order to, I would have to get them both their own thing, because they don't get along well, and they're also very large. Individually, each one's very large. So I'd have to get them each their own thing to, oh. But, I think I'm pretty happy to say I found this one dude's setup that was pretty extensive. It wasn't skimping out in any department, whether it was making sure the quality, like the water filters well for a long time, making sure that there are things in there that could be self-cleaning so that the water, like, so that nothing gets contaminated with anything, making sure that the water has a has the right things in it in case the water is chlorinated, which, I mean, all hose and tap water is chlorinated. You can't really avoid that, and that's kind of... The alternative would be buying gallons and gallons of like, clean aquarium water, and that would mean, like, 75 gallon... Not, well, no, it would be double 75 gallons twice, because it would be a 75-gallon tank twice, because one for each of them. So, also not ideal. So I like it, you know, it would have to, the water would have to have good filtration and filtering, and I'd have to get a bottle of some, like, aquarium water. What was it? Diffuser? Water something or other? It's something that you put, I think, in the water in order to make sure that it dechlorinates it or whatever. You know, a heater for when it gets cold. Just a bunch of stuff. Not skimping out, though. In order to get one of those setups for both of them, it was like like $1,200. Which, here's the thing. Don't get me wrong, that is not a small amount of money. If I paid for that right now, I would literally be broke. Indie game deving is not a particularly lucrative craft at the beginning. Oh my gosh, look at, there's all kinds of stuff over here. Well, this little spot is... Oh my gosh, there's electric Zafinas too? You guys being serious? You know what? This is the one place that I will keep marked with... Nope, not with that. This. That's actually pretty handy. Yeah, but yeah, so now I have a, actually, I thought it was going to be thousands of dollars, which is why I've never really even, you know, bothered looking into it, because it's like, I was pretty certain that like these. Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Crow. I was just trying to get a Korok seed. I was pretty confident, you know, that like a setup that checked off all the boxes multiplied by 2 would be pretty pricey. But I guess if you play your cards right and do things in a smart way, anything's possible, right? I wouldn't exactly call the setup that I'm looking to do a budget setup, but at the very least it's something that's like reasonable in my eyes. Something that I could I feel confident in being able to do. And now I have a goal to work towards, which is great. 'Cause I feel like I don't neglect them, obviously, you know. I regularly clean them, we feed them daily, which you don't have to feed. Oh. You don't have to feed Reared sliders daily. That is a completely optional thing to do. It's just like when you feed them daily, you just don't feed them as much as if you were going to feed them like like every other day or every 3 days. They don't need to eat every single day, but if you just give them a little bit every single day, it's, you know, it all comes about the same, from what I understand, from what I've heard. Yeah, but that feels good. I felt a lot better about that. I feel, I don't know, my friends have prodded me about my pet care in the past. I don't think they ever meant it any serious way, you know, but it is something that, you know, I don't feel great about it. You know, I don't think I've been bad to my pets. I just like when I had my dog Bear, who I just loved to death, right? I like to sit at home and relax and stuff like that, and probably should have taken him out on a lot more walks. And I think about that a lot now that he's not here anymore. I wonder if that would have improved his health. He was a big dog, had a lot of heavy fur, a lot of heavy just chunk in general, right? Not because we overfed him or anything like that, but that was just, he was always just a very large, heavy dog, and that was hard on his bones, stuff like that. And I wonder if, you know, taking him out more, trying to get him to do some exercising would have helped, and if so, how much, and, you know, but ultimately you can't how to put this, if you spend your whole life thinking about the what ifs of things, right, then you're just going to drive yourself crazy. A more productive thing to do is to take those what ifs and turn them into what cans, you know, like, okay, well, would things have been better if I had done things differently at that one point in time? Well, maybe. Okay, so what can you do from here, like, from this point on, in order to make things better, right? At least that's how I'm trying to look at it. It's easier said than done, though, right? Climb, Link, climb. Criminy, dude. The only reason I'm going for this is because you got it. When you find a shooting star, like when you actually find a shooting star in this game, you gotta go for it. Might be wondering why I'm taking the long way around. It's because there's actually a Korok seed literally right here, and it's technically in this region, and I would have kind of skipped it otherwise. So sure, now I got it, and it's along the way. Gosh, where's the shooting star? Okay, it's still here. Ooh. Some risky business. You know what, gang? I'm not in the mood. I'm gonna be honest with you. Hey, can you go away? Did you seriously follow me all the way up here? Well, I hope you're happy with yourself. Thank goodness for the extra stamina, that's for sure. Oh, nice. Hallelujah. Okay, can we get back to this then, I guess? I guess just go over here. I guess I could have marked my spot over there, but oh well. Back to core collecting. Alrighty, what do you got here? Oh. Uppies, Vivali, uppies. You know, I always see other artists like constantly drawing fan art of things that they're like into and things that they're doing. I never think to do that. I never feel as compelled to draw art of other media as much as doing things. Well, I mean, granted, I'm probably this year so far, I've drawn, well, I mean, between the end of last year and a couple months into this year, I've drawn more than I've drawn probably in the last, in the past 3 years after college, after I got out of college, just because, I don't know, I feel like, you know, you go to art college, you get that burnout pretty hard. I think what you're supposed to do and what I should have done was just be, more proactive about keeping up on personal projects and wants and interests in order to avoid burnout like that, but easier said than done when you're experiencing that burnout. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Don't tell the Deku tree. No, see, the moment you say don't tell so and so, then it sounds like you've really done something bad. Tell whoever you want, just don't shame me. I did not mean it, little friend. It's gonna be something in a log? Mm-hmm. I'm very low on arrows. What a crazy game where having 64 arrows is being low on them. But I'm genuinely kind of distraught about that, because a lot of the Koroxys end up being marksman games, and I mean, I'm gonna have to start using elemental arrows instead of normal arrows. For Pete's sake, look at this. Huh. Oh. Is that the last one for this area? Maybe sorta kinda? Maybe not exactly. No, there's actually... Oh, I forgot this Breach of Demise place. There's a Korok seed over here, and there's also a shrine over here. Gustav, Regencia River. There's some things around here and along this side, so Yeah, we'll go over here. Yeah, I'm gonna have to start using shock arrows as like in replacement of normal arrows. I have more shock arrows than I have normal ones. 710 Korok seeds. Oh, jeez. Ooh, I'm disturbingly close to all the Korok seeds. It being when the amount of Korok seeds I have gets down to the double digits, I'm gonna lose my mind. It's gonna be absolutely crazy. I use arrows in combat a lot too, just because it feels good to weave them in and out of doing other things, you know? I'll just have to be a little craftier with my arrow usage. Granted, I usually use elemental arrows in combat. Or maybe I need to use more elemental arrows in combat. This is what I mean. I find something that works. Getting headshots. This game, Resident Evil 4, you get headshots, staggers people, does the most damage. So why not just do headshots all the time? In that game, in RE4, I hoarded, I was hoarding freaking, grenades. In this game, I'm hoarding elemental weapons and arrows. I'm a fool. I'm a ghoul. Oh, this is gonna be kind of close. Oh no, we got this. I even had some time to spare, to be honest. Yep. Now why is this called the Breach of Demise? What's so frightening about this place? It's a little oppressive looking, I guess. Salta Wa. There's a shrine out here in the middle of nowhere too? Like out in the open too? Most of the shrines in this place needed me to do some other stuff to do. Okay. Oh, I didn't mention. In between this episode and last episode, I turned in a spirit orbs. Two orbs to guide you. Okay. Really? Okay. Oh, interesting, interesting. Okay, where's the chest for this one? I'm not sure where the chest is. Maybe if I get high, it'll make sense. Ah. Cool. Ah. Ah, there it is. Knew it was gonna be up here somewhere. Ooh, 58. I've been using this bow a lot. Maybe. Cool. Is there anything at the bottom of this thing? That would have been a cool place to hide a chest. Would have been a more inventive way to place to hide a chest too. Oh, Arlo, a YouTuber, Arlo, did a little rant and ramble video noting that every time, or that like, that Miyamoto in fact really does seem to truly like hate stories in games. And and how he's tried to frame it, like, oh no, I just think that, you know, you can start when you're developing a game. Oh, look at that cross. Those legs weren't just crisscross. Those legs were freaking crisscrossed. How he said, like, okay, when you're developing a game, you can either start with the story, you can start with the gameplay. He's like, I like to start with the gameplay. I want to know what the game is. What are people going to be doing in the game? And you hear that doesn't sound that bad, right? That sounds like reasonable. That sounds like I understand that, and I can understand how, given that this is a very different medium than other this is a unique medium like anything else, right? How you might arrive to the conclusion, or how you would prefer to have gameplay over story. Here's the thing, some games don't even actually have stories. Although there are a lot of games that are mainly like gameplay focused that do have stories still. They might not be amazing stories, but for some reason it's almost like we like to have context and purpose for why we are doing anything that we're doing, right? But Arlo had, like, he laid out all of... Did I kill these guys here? Must have. Empty monster encampment. My gosh, my violent flashes, they're becoming so frequent, I don't even remember who I've killed. Ooh, this thing does not glide like the Radiant shield, does it? But yeah, he was detailing how all of the favorite story beats, all the favorite little side stories and characters and mini arcs and even games, right? When you hear people talk about Link's Awakening, everybody always mentions the story as being like a highlight. I hear that as like the main reason why that's some people's favorite game in the Zelda franchise. It's the story. It's the weird setup, it's the world, it's the island, it's the characters. And I was surprised when I played the remaster of it. That was my first time playing it. I played the remaster of it, and I was surprised at that they were like... Because I was thinking back to the fact that it was like an old Game Boy game, right? Like not even Game... I don't know if it was Game Boy Color or Game Boy Advanced or what. But I was surprised to see that there were like cutscenes. There was a whole cutscene where... I think Marin is her name? Marin and Link sit down on a beach and just... Well, sit down at the beach and just sort of share a moment together. Criminy. This is disturbed. put that down, mister. Oh. You went for the rock instead? The club was right behind you. Oh, I thought he was dead. There we go. Maybe I was getting more arrows because I used to break all of these things more, huh? Maybe I just need to go back to doing that? Yeah, these things usually drop a lot of stuff, huh? But yeah, so there's like Link's Awakening is a good example. Paper Mario, obviously. The direction Paper Mario went is a travesty that I will never get over. It's a travesty, and I will never get over that. I just don't understand, like, and again, that's actually a prime example. That was Miyamoto saying, oh, hey, no, we need, oh, a lot of arrows from this. Okay, I need to be breaking more stuff open then. This is how I'm gonna get my arrows back. Unless the game is sensing that I am low on arrows, which could be the case. Oh, at least it's out of the rain. Yeah, Miyamoto was the one who made the decision that, like, oh yeah, just try to use Mario characters and don't worry about the story. It's not important. It's like, what are you talking about? You weirdo. You weird man. I don't understand. It's like, yeah, we all like the characters, but we like... What the crap? Okay, hold on. But we like to see what stories the characters are involved in. Like, I don't understand it. In almost every Nintendo game that I've played and enjoyed, the thing that I take away is the story that's told, whether, like, big or light. It's still something I look forward to seeing evolve from game to game. Look at these games. One of the main things I'm always talking about that I've been talking about from game to game in this Legacy series is the story and how each one of these games treated its story and how they approached the story and what kind of story each one of these games told. I just don't get it. It's so crazy to me. And here's the thing too, it's absolutely not the excuse of, oh no, it's not, people don't want that. We did a survey. We did a survey and people don't care about stories. It's like, you did not talk to real people. you just, there is no way you talked to your actual fan base, that you talk to people who are actually fans of your stuff and your game specifically, even your game specifically, and who play your games regularly, and there's no way if you talk to people, your actual fan base, that a majority of people would have said that they don't care about story. You don't care about story, and you're like adamantly fighting against it, and that's dumb. There's so many games that could have really good, I mean, look how many times did Star Fox, does a Star Fox game just go through the same Lilat War story arc again for the same guy at the end? Even literally the same exact levels, right? I mean, when the new Kirby game has more story than Paper Mario, the RPG, like God Come on. I just don't understand it. And that's why Mario and Luigi hasn't been around. And that's why Paper Mario still hasn't returned to form. It's so sad. But yeah, it just kind of sounds like it's just Miyamoto actively fighting against people telling stories, which is weird. Like apparently a lot of that story that people love in Link's Awakening had to be snuck in. The lead story designer, one of the guys who actually is like one of the heads and owners of Nintendo right now, which I didn't know. I huge respect to him now. I thought he was just Yasukiro? Ooh, I don't know. I don't know for sure. I know it started with a Y. His last name started with a Y. But I thought he was just some corporate guy they added on. But no, he's been around for a while doing this stuff. And apparently he's the guy who has been pushing these stories into the narratives of these games. The storybook, Rosalina storybook, one of the most memorable, heartbreaking things that adds so much to that character. That makes that character like one of my favorite like Mario characters. Is that storybook and like a heartbreaking backstory. That had to be snuck in. When you have to hide adding like story, like any amount of story and depth to these games, when that's something you have to hide, there's something wrong. There's just something wrong. It's so weird to me. Oh, same guy who did Link's Awakening was brought on and did the whole like story, all the scenario stuff for Majora's Mask, which was already a game that had to be, obviously, I think we've talked about this here, was made in like a year, which is why that game is a year during a time where people thought that they were gonna get freaking murdered and bombed and stuff by outside forces, where they literally kind of felt like a moon was hanging over your head, which is why that game was about death and grief and loss and being on a time limit, being on limited time to do anything you want to do in your life. Woof, criminy that game. But that game exists in the form it did because somebody who cared about the story was on, and that's what people love about that game. And if Miyamoto tried to say that's not what people loved about that game, he's smoking crack. I'm not saying the game part of the game is bad or that it's not fun. It's fun. Of course it's fun. But there are like... But, you know... The thing that gets you to do a lot of kind of like... not the most amazing tasks, but the thing that gets you to do those kinds of tasks over and over again in a game is context for why you're doing them. What it means, you know? It just feels like... It just kind of feels... Royal Ancient Lab Ruins. Have I been here? Royal Ancient Lab Ruins? Oh, I definitely have been over here. Okay, I'm just kind of picking up some odds and ends at this point, because... Why the heck not? I don't think this even has anything to do with our area, but... I mean, it's outside of the area. It's in between these two spots, right? So... Why not? Might as well, right? There's one over... Oh, I bet it's a freaking basketball one. It just feels like... it just feels like Miyamoto has like that a very old, outdated way of thinking about games, and that's weird to say because for the longest time, games have had and incorporated narratives, even when the narratives weren't being expressed in the actual gameplay. In the actual game itself, they would have at least an intro, or the box art would tell you something. The actual box the game came in, or the instruction booklet would tell you the story. They were always still at least adding story because everybody understood that context matters and context can heighten something. Even if it's just to tell the player why what they're doing matters at all, outside of just being a fun game. But it feels like he's still wrapped up in that old way of thinking of like, no, it's just a game. It's just for people's entertainment. That's all it is. Well, not even just for people's entertainment, because people are entertained by stories, first and foremost. So, like, I don't freaking... I actually hid that one. Sort of, kind of. Hello? Oh. You should be able to bomb. You should be able to blow the whole thing up. You shouldn't just scurry away like that. I mean, imagine this game with zero story. Imagine if you were just wandering around this world with there's like nothing to it. It's just things you're doing. That would make it infinitely more dull. Like, if this game wasn't a Zelda game, I honestly don't know if I would like it nearly as much. Not to say I wouldn't like it at all, but just like, if it was missing all of the narrative aspects of it, like if it didn't have any of the memories, if it didn't have any of the characters, any of the lead up to the divine beasts and things like that, it's the build up to all the things all the big moments that you do that make them feel more satisfying. The gameplay and story should ideally go hand in hand. They should inform one another. That's one of the things that for our pitch for the game that me and my friend are making, it's one of the things that we highlighted in our pitch deck, is that, the story and the gameplay. I tweaked a slide because I wanted to get the point across that like the story and the gameplay are working hand in hand. They're informing one another, and they just go together well. Because I think that's important. Because yeah, you can't just have one without the other one. Well, you can, but it just can lead to like not a very satisfying experience, It can often lead to not a very satisfying experience. If you just have a game that's all story and you barely get to interact with it, a lot of the times that people find that kind of boring. There is a spot for games like that. So people like games like that, Are there more bats coming after me? Are you serious? How many of these things? No more. Just stop it. Get some help. Wow. First try? Holy crud. Don't mind if I do. Thank you kindly. Jeez. Okay, what are we at right now? Oh, 140? Give or take some change because of that extensive golfing that we did. Yeah, I mean, We did that. I think it's time to go make our way to the last divine beast. Holy crud. It's just this. And this in the bottom left corner of the map. And then we're like... Ooh, and then we're like... We're getting there, gang. It's all coming to a head, isn't it? The best point of entry for the Gerudo Desert is actually smack dab right here. Here, you know what? We got probably like... I got another little bit of time in me. We can do one more thing maybe, yeah? Been all around this area. Still raining here too? Jeez. There's a shrine right here. There's some quark seeds around here. I'll grab all of that maybe. Uppies, Rivali, uppies. That got me all the way up. Do I have a picture of this one? This is the blue one? Color me surprised. Yep. Not bad. You know what? We have used this one quite a bit. I will get... Yeah, looks good. Moonlight Scimitar? Dang. Wait a minute. No, I've found a Moonlight Scimitar before. Should we just up and get rid of a Great Eagle Bow? Replace it with that. How about that? Okay, hold on. What do we got? We got Korok Seed. Oh, ho, ho. Yoink. Cool, neat, awesome. Except now I'm down here, which is not very cool, not very neat, and not very awesome. Can the Zor armor save me from this predicament? It's raining, so I still can't... Wait, huh? Oh ho ho! It's not raining anymore. You know, this is the swimming is infinitely faster, but I wish we had some like actual like Zor swimming techniques that like really had us zooming through the water. It'd be kind of helpful. It'd be kind of nice. Okay. Oh, crud. Yeah, I kind of just hope that Nintendo embraces storytelling more. Or if they just stop letting Miyamoto decide that kind of stuff with it. Let the developers do more things themselves, because for Pete's sake. Like, here's the thing, believe it or not, the little story arc and the way I feel things are in, another one of these? Gosh dang it. In the Pikmin series, when I was younger, I was paying more attention. As I got older, I started paying more attention to just like context and subtext for games and the sort of things that they were, the kinds of things that they were saying through their games, even if they didn't have a whole lot of stories explicitly. Are you serious? Can you stop? I need these things. Can you just stop? You weirdos. Okay, so I can just pick this up and throw it normally. I've got a pretty good arm, actually, yeah. Yahaha to you too. And I feel like even the Pikmin games tell a nice story, you know? It's simple, but it's just enough to get you like invested. Like all of and you know, the storytelling, and what I mean by that, it's not just like literally what happens in cutscenes, right? It's the notes, it's the side, it's the optional dialogue, or it's any dialogue, it's the optional stories, it's the optional quests, it's the notes that you can find, diary entries, logs, you know, all of that kind of stuff. It all adds together and creates the story. You guys gotta knock it off. You just gotta quit it. That's so like, you know, reading about all the parts that you pick up in Pikmin 1 adds a lot to the story. It adds a lot to the characters. The fact that the optional pieces are all of the sentimental pieces. They're not going to get you off the planet, but finding out that pieces of Olimar's ship were like sentimental things compels you to go get them, or to go out of your way to get them, even though they're unnecessary, you know? And then Pikmin 2 starts, and that ship that you spent all of Pikmin 1 piecing together in order to save your own life so you could get back home and reunite with your family, it's taken and sold for money, including all the sentimental parts on it. And then you're told to go right back to that island with freaking Louie. I've heard multiple people complain about how messed up that the beginning of that story is. Of Pikmin 2 is. I think that's what makes it amazing. I think how messed up and how much less, because Pikmin 1 is about survival. Pikmin 2 is about greed and the lengths to which people will go to get money. You're fighting like the horrors of the universe to get money. It's amazing. I mean, I even think in the way that the games handle fights and bosses and stuff like that. I think in 1 you're fighting against primarily nature, like almost solely nature, right? Passing of the gates. Oh, it almost looked like a combat trial. In 2, when you get to that final boss, when you get to the Titan Dweevil, it feels different. It's a creature that's learned something. it has enough intelligence to have tools available to it. So you're starting to fight against progression. You're starting to fight against, I mean, you could argue it's a stand-in for any number of things. You could argue it's a stand-in for corporatism, the progressive and destructively progressive nature of corporatism. If you want to be that heady about it, I don't think you need to go that hard or that deep, but you could. You could. That's the thing. You could draw that connection if you want, and why the heck not? Why the heck not find this strange subtextual stuff? Do I think anybody at Nintendo was thinking about like, oh yeah, and then we're gonna have you fight this thing, and that represents, and the Titan Dweef represents progression, and the destructive nature, and the progression of technology and whatnot. Do I think somebody at Nintendo was actually honestly thinking about that? No, they weren't. But you can still take that away from it though. That's still a way to interpret that game. And I think that's what's cool about the Pikmin games. But, I mean, it seems like Miyamoto is the one spearheading, the next game. Pikmin 4, which makes me feel like it's going to have little to no narrative through line in it. Which sucks, because, one of the things that I look forward to, one of the things I liked about Pikmin 3 was that you're handling different characters, but you're seeing characters that you played as in the past two games from other people's perspectives. And like, from the Kopai's perspective, man, Hawkatations are freaking weird. And I think that's hilarious. Oh. Nope, too high. Link! I could just get that off with magnesis, though. And they returned it to a story about survival, which helps it out a lot, but then you're trying to, like, your survival hinges on the survival of strangers who you, the player, know, but the main characters you're playing as don't know at all, right? Which I think makes it super interesting. And then I love the weirdness of the thing that you fight at the end, and how strange and otherworldly and unlike everything else it is. I love that it's a wraith, because the wraiths are the most interesting enemies. are the most interesting enemies consistently in the whole series, because they're so strange, that they're thought-provoking. The stories behind them and what they are makes them more like the most interesting things. Oh, I freaking hopped up. Nice. Oh, look at this guy. Got some power going. Your resourcefulness in overcoming this trial speaks to the promise of a hero. That was the whose shrine was this? Who are you? The Rota O shrine. Interesting. Well, cool. The thing that you fight in the third game is progression. I mean, not progression. It's perfection. The gold wraith at the end of Pikmin 3 is progression. So you fight nature, you fight progression, and then you fight perfection. It's the perfect being. And you're fighting the perfect being with what? You're fighting it with these goofy little turnip things that grow out of the ground and trip over themselves and can barely function on their own. They need direction. They need a leader to tell them how to do anything, and then they still just go around and die in hundreds every single day. It's hilarious. It's amazing. It's whether intentional or not, whether that was a thought that anybody had when making that game, it's there, and it's what I thought about while playing it and while beating it. So, you know, stories, context, details, backstories, it all adds together, or at least the very least it should all add. It should all be there to add to the greater experience, if it can add to the greater experience. And being without it is a shame. What would a lot of these games be without amazing characters and backstories that we attach ourselves to while we go through them, you know? So, I mean, for Pete's sake, I'm playing a Zelda game. Imagine Zelda games without the stories. It would just be tragic, I don't know. Anyways, with that, I'll see you next time. Press all the buttons, comment, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell to get notified of more things. Be kind, everybody.